see. Is this up? Yep, this is up. Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of my stream. I'm sorry it took a little bit of a long time. I found out my Instagram account. I tried to make another account, and then they said, oh, we're going to restrict it for 30 days. We got to protect our community. And I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean restricting my access for 30 days? Yeah, what are you protecting in the community? People post what they want, right? I kind of feel like it's free reign if you post certain things, right? But I'm going to show you in this thing, one of the attackers seemed that they were trying to encourage people to confront them. Really stupid thing. But going back to what I was saying, so with the Ponzu the cat thing, I found this online. This is a statement that what happened to the cat owner, Miss Bao Bao or Chef Bao Bao, and I'm going to read it to you guys. So they said that they went on a walk to the park, and this is a park in Brooklyn. 2 cats, 1 parrot, 1 dog. And what they do is that they walk the cats on a leash, and I'm going to show you guys some footage of that after I'm done with this. So look at this. Suddenly, a Puerto Rican boy ran into the leash and sent my cat Ponzu into the air and fell on the ground very hard. The cat started twitching, and then when she went to look at the child, instead of stopping, the cat kept dragging. I mean, the Puerto Rican kid kept dragging the cat, and the cat freaked out, right? So the cat ended up getting a heart attack. So see, this caused Ponzu to scratch her arms because Ponzu was on survival instinct. So I'm assuming that Ponzu, the her is to the owner, right? So she tried to calm Ponzu down and then found out that Ponzu had been declawed from the force of the cat launching and dragging the cat on the ground. So the owner, asked the child, yelled at the child, what did you do? So what does this kid do? Of course this kid is such a, I shouldn't say it, but you guys will know what I'm going to be saying. They ran over to the family. And one thing about families, if you have like this mob mentality, I know people are going to get pissed off at me saying this, right? But one thing about this kind of thing is that some people, they don't like thinking their little angel is wrong. So instead of hearing what happened with the situation, what does the family do? Do they apologize? No. The family, the mom of the child cursed at it, says, and this is what you got when you walked your cat. So instead of saying, my child is obviously in the wrong, I'm so sorry, this is terrible, the mom lashes out at the cat owner because she perceives it as the cat owner is attacking her child because she's yelling at her child, not taking into consideration what the child did. Remember, it's just she's just focusing on someone is yelled at my kid. So what happened? So what she does is the cat owner, right, Bao Bao, puts Ponzu in the basket of the cart, and then they try to explain the situation, because right now it seems like who's getting pissed off? It's the boy's family. They're getting more pissed off because, it's just, they're just, in my opinion, not the greatest quality of human being. Shouldn't say that, right? I should say everybody is just all perfect and did it. No, I'm going to call it for what it is. So look at this. One of the older teenage boys in the family group came forward and punched the parrot on Bao Bao's boyfriend's shoulder. This caused the parrot to fly away and land in the middle of the street. So so the person, right, who just saw her cat, who has her cat bleeding and it's been declawed, right? She has to chase after her parrot so it doesn't get hit by a car. And allegedly, right, this is all allegedly, right, Bao Bao hears laughter coming from the group. When Bao Bao put the parrot back in the cage, she saw the same teenage boy that punched the bird acting as if he was kicking the dog. So the teenage boy pulled the dog's tail until the dog was lifted from the air. So this is what they're saying. They're saying that the other family kept escalating it, right? So one of the teenage girls comes and assaults her, right? And then so to protect herself, she attacks. Now this is not a good thing, because you can see obviously what was going on is that the other family, right? The Puerto Rican boy's family, right? I don't know if the guy's Puerto Rican or not, okay? But Puerto Rican, based on what I'm reading over here, family is already pissed off. They're already on edge because, you know, they're attacking their little angel, and they are just picking a fight. And then finally a fight breaks out, and then this is the catalyst to say, okay, yeah, you're gonna throw a punch at one of my family members. I'm gonna beat the beep out. So when you have it looks like, right, it's Bao Bao, right, the cat owner plus her boyfriend plus 3 pets. You're gonna get vastly outnumbered when there's like about 8 people on the other side. So look at this. The mother of the family and the other jumped on Bao Bao. They kicked, choked, and pulled her hair, and they tried to gouge out her eyes. So of course she can't fight back because she's getting outnumbered, right? So the boyfriend tries to step in, and then the teenage boy suckers punch him, and then, yeah, see, it happened so quickly. So 2 gentlemen stepped in, and then they asked, why do you have to jump on couples like this? The family of the Puerto Rican boy said, their cat hurt my son first, and this bitch hurt my son too. So they get into the car, and then the police comes in, and then there's also recordings as well. So here's the part that really disturbs me. So NYPD comes around, right? And they said that they have to assign they have to change detectives 3 times because nobody wants to take the case, right? The most recent detective is unwilling to listen to her case and tries to blame the victim despite eyewitness accounts and videos. So look at this. This is what the detective says. You got assaulted because you hurt the child first. If you did not do that, the family would not have jumped on you. The whole thing was your fault because you did not walk away and ended the whole situation. This is why your boyfriend got assaulted and your cat died. You put the whole risky situation on your family. What kind of normal people who took the cat out on a walk anyway? So if this is true, right, the detective is placing the blame on her, saying, yeah, why did you, why did you assault the kid first? Why did you even walk your cat? Like, you're a freak for walking your cat on a leash. And this is disturbing to me because it's like, see, look at this. You have to stop with they hurt my kid. Remember in the previous clip that I showed you in part 1, I told you, remember how she says, like, she referred to the cat as my child? The detective allegedly said, you have to stop with they hurt my kid. You cannot compare a cat to a human child. A cat is simply a pet. You cannot compare their life to a human child's and justify defense. Yeah. And then I don't know if this is really a quote or not, but yeah, if you are seeking justice, you have come to the wrong place because if it was that easy, the George Floyd situation would not lasted this long. There's no quotes here, but I'm assuming that this is what they're alleging the detective said. And then, see, when she denied the charges, it's been asked, why are you so stubborn, just making it easy on everyone? If I said you were wrong, then you are wrong. Do you understand that? I do not have to interview any of your witnesses because I believed everything I saw in the video. So when you see the video, and the video's in the link, you can see, well, I have to change windows for that. You can see that she is getting kicked repeatedly, and she's lashing out. See? So this is after the family hurt the pets, and then the part where they jumped on her. So you can see that they were trying to kick her, and it was, yeah, look at this. If you want evidence, if you want justice and want me to believe your case, then you better find more evidence on your own. And then see, you might end up being in jail for assaulting the kid. So here's the thing. So she believes that the detective is trying to end the case suddenly by intimidation throwing against her. So here's the thing, that this is not everything. But they found out that the detective on the case, or everybody associated with the case, allegedly is all Hispanic. So, you guys can find out the information, I guess. I thought they had the names over here, but maybe it's not in this one. But people are alleging that the detectives are taking the side of the family, the child's family, because they're Hispanic too. So Hispanics siding with Hispanics, which in the event that that is really the case, that is completely wrong. And I'm going to be changing windows over here. So hopefully this goes smoothly. We will see. Okay, here we go. So this is what found out over here. So Asian netizens have methodically identified those responsible for Ponzu's death. See, really cute cat. So they found out, I don't know how people find this stuff, but they're just really amazing. They found out this person, this is one of the people, And allegedly, people are saying, I know people in management, he'll be fired by the end of the week. Now, I'm not sharing this with you guys because I want you to do something about it. I'm sharing with you guys just because this information is floating around. Okay, do not do anything. I just have to put that kind of context. I've seen other YouTubers do it. Again, I am just sharing with you stuff that's floating around the internet. This is stuff that Inside Edition will not talk about. Inside Edition did not talk about what happened to the other pets, right? The dog getting his tail pulled, the parrot getting chased out. It really made it seem like, oh, a little boy just tripped on the cat's leash, and unfortunately it was an accident. This stuff gets a lot darker than this. So one of them was charged for assault. Look at this. Evelyn Serrano. Allegedly, okay? So this is a clip of the attack. And see, a boy who looked like he was around 12 years old pulled the cat leads up into the air before dropping the cat. So I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but it sounded like it was not just an accident. It wasn't like the boy just ran into the leash and tripped and said, I'm sorry. It sounded like, yeah, more stuff happened than that. So I shouldn't take sides because I wasn't there. But based on what I hear, I'm siding with the cat owner. See, so the cat Ponzu tried to get away, but the boy allegedly stepped on the leash. See? And then, yeah, that's when the family started getting through over here. The boy ran to his family, began acting like a victim. And then the boy's mother started verbally harassing, like, how dare you talk to my son that way, you don't blame me. You're the one who was wrong. Why did you take a cat for a walk? This is what you get when you walk. And as you guys know, right, Oreo cat, I shouldn't bring Oreo cat in this, but Oreo cat has a harness. I know some people have asked me, why don't you walk Oreo out on the park? There is no way I'm walking any of the cats out in a park in Brooklyn, okay?
He would suffocate himself.
Huh? What? No, he's so tubby, he would have wiggled his way out of the harness. I almost lost Oreo right outside of the apartment because he decided to wiggle his way through some steps. And if someone didn't walk through, he could have accidentally hung himself or something, or choked himself. No, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, he tried to jump down some steps, and I was like, holy crap, the leash is not that long. So, yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I really don't want to put myself in a situation where let's just say, something happens with a kid, and then Oreo cat scratches a kid, and then all of a sudden I get assaulted by a bunch of people. Okay, maybe I'm just being paranoid over here, but the fact that it happened in Brooklyn, just a little too close to home. See, so the family did not offer any apology or remorse. They began verbally abusing, and then escalated to physical assault. And then she said she got punched and kicked by 3 women. And then, as you guys know, right, the boyfriend had a broken nose, so he needed surgery. So that's what I found. So there were a few people that were identified. And just to go on the other side, right, in case you guys are thinking, well, Erica, you're being a little biased here. What about the attacker side, right? Okay, so this is what I found out over here. So according to, so this is Lipstick Alley over here. So this is allegedly, look at this. None of this was true. Miss Bao Bao was the cause of what happened. My nephew was running in the park like kids do, and she had Ponzu on a clear leash, and he ended up getting entangled in and falling on the floor. He got up and apologized to Miss Bao Bao, who then yelled at him, and she spit on him, and then he hit on him. His family was there to protect him. She should have kept her hands to herself. This is why NYPD refuses to do anything for Ponzu, because if she would just taken his apology, Ponzu would have been alive. See, and then they say, my nephew is a little kid. Kids make mistakes. Here's the part that it doesn't make sense to me, okay? I can't imagine, and this is, I don't know Miss Bao Bao, but I can't imagine a kid tripping over a cat to the point where the cat allegedly gets declawed, right? And if your cat is declawed, right? If your cat is bleeding, would your first instinct or would your second instinct be, let me spit on this little kid? I personally don't think that's the case. And yeah, see how thin the leash is over here? And I'm gonna show you a clip of this. So you can see how thin the leash is over here. Right. See how thin this leash is? You see how like that looks like super thin? If you guys are walking your cat, like I understand that this might be Instagram friendly to have a really thin leash, but my recommendation is don't get a freaking thin leash. Get a thick leash. It might not look good for Instagram pictures, but let's just give the benefit of the doubt. Let's say the kid was running, there was a sizable distance between the cat and the owner, and then the kid tripped on the cat, and then that caused the whole incident, which I don't think is the case, because even if you trip on a cat, right, the cat won't be going like propelled in the air kind of thing. That's just my opinion, but you can see how thin this leash is. It looks good for photos, but it does look very thin. I will agree on that. So yeah, you can see that. So I will say that yes, I do think that it is possible that the leash came off as looking invisible. However, I don't think the cat would have been flying in the air like that. I think that if anything, the cat would have gotten knocked over. It wouldn't kind of look like it got punted or something. And then the fact that the kid was dragging the cat to the point where it got declawed, like I don't get that. See that? So that's that. And then remember how the people got identified? One of them is Julie Yvette Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Okay, so this is what was found online. Okay, and this is a stupid thing. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. This is a stupid thing about having a Facebook with your real name on it. So for instance, right? If you have any social media with your name on it, let's say your name is like, I don't know, Sandra Kim or something like that, right? And something happens to you, right? Let's say you're listed as an attacker. If you put out a statement, you got to be really careful about what you say, because then everyone's going to say, okay, Sandra Kim got accused of punching someone. Oh, wow, look at what Sandra Kim wrote. So I would recommend, if any of you guys have social media, do not put your real name on there. Don't put your first and last name there. I know sometimes people like to put that kind of stuff, but you are really setting yourself up for a big hole, bury a hole in case you say something wrong. In this case, right? Allegedly, this woman who allegedly was involved in the attack, right? This is her response, and people screenshotted this. Okay, links are in below. So she says, "We're sorry her cat had to die. Like we mentioned, it was an accident, and kids will be kids. What happened after was not indicative of who we are as a people, but things escalated quickly. We are sorry that it played out the way it did, but this is our side of the story." Not the truth, but like this is our side of the story. And also sorry for your cat dying. But again, both parties have to be accountable for their actions. I think maybe both of us should have apologized for things escalated. She should have not done that to my son. She should have talked to their parents first. He's just a kid, so she had no business trying to discipline him. Then again, I'm so sorry for the losses for the cat and the way it happened. There was minors that she put her hands on, so I will appreciate if she took all this hate and stopped hiring me up with threats, because cops can see this, and nothing to do with Asians hate. I have friends that are Asian. Okay, so this is what I think happened. I think that, and this is just my opinion, right? What I'm seeing is that I see no indication that she spit on the kid. So over here it says, right? She turned at him and then she spit on him and then he hit him. I did not see anything, and I'm assuming this is the mother, right? I did not see, yeah, this is the mother because she said my son. I did not see anything where it's like, oh, I got pissed off because she spit on my kid. So you can obviously see that there's some kind of disconnect here, right? So this one says she turned, yelled at him, spit on him, and hit him. This one just says she should have talked to their parent first, and then she says she put her hands on. I'm thinking there's a difference between trying to make sure the kid doesn't run away. For someone who injured your cat, you don't want them just running away, going off, and you never see them again. But it seems that Julie, and this is just my opinion, got pissed off that someone grabbed her kid after the kid attacked the cat and then spoke to the kid in a harsh manner. Because she would say, well, why did you put hands on my kid? Why didn't you try to find the parent first? And I'm just like, you know what? I understand. In my opinion, I think she's trying to backtrack. I don't think that this is a free pass. I don't see much remorse. It's just like, and sorry for your cat dying. It seems like Julie's issue is, how can you yell at my kid? Like, yeah, my kid killed your cat, but you yelled at my kid. So it's like she in her opinion, it's worse that Miss Bao Bao yelled at her kids or tried to, make sure the kid didn't go away or something than taking accountability for the cat's actions. It wasn't like, oh, my son was, my son tripped on the cat or anything. It was just, it was an accident and kids will be kids. So in my opinion, it seems like the kid got a free pass. Kids will be kids, Your kid, this kid does something to your cat. Oh, that's okay because kids will be kids. And it's like, that's bad parenting in my opinion. So I know some people will disagree with me on here and say, well, Erica, you're right. Kids will be, she's right. Kids will be kids. But kids, if you give a kid a free pass because of their age, and you guys know my stance on that stuff, right? It's like, I think kids need to have discipline. If you do not discipline kids, then expect terrible things to happen to your kids, or, like your kids might get caught up in a situation where they shouldn't do certain things because, yeah, it's like they just get a free pass because of their age, and that's completely wrong. So let me check something really quickly. So this is the part that I wanted to show you guys as well. So not just this little, hold on, one moment. Okay, so not just this. Okay, so you might say, okay, Erica, so this is the end of the apology, right? No, it isn't. Because people were threatening her, and I'm assuming, right? So she revealed an address, and this is the address, allegedly, right? Okay, this is not something that I'm posting that's secretive. This allegedly looks like it came straight from the Instagram account. And see, it's like, I'm sure people are giving her a lot of hate, so it's taken as, okay, if you want to be like this, this is where I'm at. And this is the video that I don't think she should have posted, but she posted anyway. Want to see it? Here we go again. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? So you'd probably be like, what's the point of this, Erica? Get it? She's posting this, she's getting so much hate from people. So I'm assuming this is her address. It could be wrong, but this is just an address that appears to have been posted by her Instagram account. And then afterwards, she's like, oh yeah, well, this is where I'm at. And yeah, if anybody rings the door, who's at the door? It's all like, I'm not scared of you. You see, it's very cocky like that. See? And then she continues her responding to comments by being sarcastic and discriminatory. So someone who is, I think this is Ty, says, I want to slap, but I'm afraid of diabetes because they're making fun of her weight, right? So her response is posting this picture of an Asian person over here. So you can see that this was shared by Asian Community 101. And this is their thoughts. This woman is clearly remorseless. She didn't sincerely apologize to the Thai couple, yet continued to respond to comments using hateful images and words. She needs to be charged for her disgusting actions. We need to make sure that she's truthfully guilty. I don't think this woman really cares. It takes a specific type of person to say, yeah, this is where I'm at. And I'm also going to have this, like, who's at the door kind of thing. Like, I'm not scared. You can come over here. I ain't scared if you coming or not. It's like a taunt. It's like a taunt. So I don't know if she was charged. It seems like her name wasn't associated with it, which is sad but it could just very well be that the reason why she isn't being charged is maybe it's in the process. Some people will speculate it's because the detectives are Hispanic. I'm not too sure about that. I can't verify it. If you guys are doing some digging, you guys will be able to find things. So, yeah, so this is the cat. And yeah, nobody, no, you know, like you see the bird and the cat and everything. Like it's just like, gosh, you know, for if this situation happened where they injured the other animals, it's like I can't just be saying things. You know, I can't go with the side with like, oh, it's okay, you know, kids will be kids, and yeah, she just shouldn't raise her voice to my kid. I really don't think that Miss Bao Bao spat on the kid, but that's just my thoughts. I can't imagine for someone who views this cat as her child, her instinctive response would be, let me spit on the kid first. You know, it's like cradling the cat. She knew the cat had a heart defect, and unfortunately the cat had a heart attack. The cat was only about 3 years old. So the cat was cremated, and and there's a GoFundMe, and a lot of people are pushing that there's justice for this, but I don't know what's going to happen. It seems like with NYPD, they're not, I think if there's an assault case, it'll be something separate. And depending on NYPD, they could say, well, yes, they assaulted you, but if they stick with the whole thing where Bao Bao attacked the boy first, right, then it's not going to stick. That would be self-defense. And that is something that's kind of scary, because I refuse to believe that someone who's walking their animals would just pick on a little boy for no apparent reason, right? Like, what was this whole thing? Something along the lines of, let me find this. Yeah, so what the detective said is, you got assaulted because you hurt the child first. If you did not do that, the family would not jump on you. There's a lot of things that makes me makes me suspicious about it. And maybe I don't want to bring up the race thing, but a lot of people are bringing up that the detective is Hispanic, or the people assigned to the case are Hispanic, and coincidentally, the people who attacked her are Hispanic. Maybe they know each other. I don't know. This is just what I'm reading online, but it stinks if that actually is what's going on, where they say they're blaming Miss Bao Bao for attacking the kid first. Yeah, so this is a clip over here, and it's all these links are in my description below, so you guys can see this.
แล้วที่ลุงได้ยินตามหลังมาคือทั้งหมดเนี่ยเขาหัวเราะเยาะลุงเหมือนประมาณว่า
So you can see that there was a crowd of people here. I'm gonna have to fasten this up.
เหมือนวิ่งจับกบอย่างเงี้ยค่ะลุงก็เลยรู้สึกว่าทำไมคนพวกนี้ถึงทำอย่างนี้ทำไม
So you can see that other woman over there, you know, the one in the yellow, the who's at the door one, that one.
เราจนลุงเดินกลับมาอีกทีนึงก็เข้ามาต่อว่าเขาว่าทำไมต้องทำฉันด้วยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วเขาก็เลยทำท่าขู่จะเตะหมาแล้วก็เขาก็ดึงหางหมาลุงขึ้นไปบนอากาศ
เห็นในคลิป
ใช่ค่ะแล้วหลังจากนั้นก็คือเกิดปากเสียงทะเลาะกันแบบว่าหนักขึ้นแต่แฟนลุงเป็นคนที่ใจเย็นมากเขาพยายามที่จะคามคนแต่ว่า
See so she's on the ground. I'm assuming she's in the green, and then the woman in the yellow is the mom, you know, the mom who gave that half-ass apology.
คนแบบอยู่ในโพสิชันที่แบบ
Look at that.
คามที่สุดตัวลุง
This is a brawl. Now here's my question. I don't know who's around here, but you see this guy in the black and the black pants, and yeah, there's some guys over here, like the guy in the black pants with the gray top and the beard. Is he part of the attacker's crew, or is he a bystander? I mean, are you just gonna look there and just not do shit while you see a woman getting beat up?
Look at
that. Do you see that? It's like so freaking nonchalant. I don't know if he's with the attackers or what, but I mean, geez, this is why I've said this repeatedly. If you get attacked in New York and whatever, don't expect anybody to help you. You could be a freaking, a woman, all right, a small woman who's getting attacked by 3 other women or mobbed by people. You are by yourself. Yeah. See, it's just like whatever. Is he going to tell people to stop? No, just pay attention to that guy with the white shoes, black pants, and the gray shirt. Okay.
แต่ลุงรู้เสื้อสี
doesn't do shit
สีน้ำเงินนะคะคนที่ยืนแล้วก็
yeah see
ขาที่มี
มีฮุด
ใช่ค่ะคนตอนนี้
kick
คนที่เขาเอามือ
and what you can't see is so she's kicking her, but you can't see what's happening on her upper half, right? So what she's saying is that they were trying to gouge her eyes out, with their long nails. I mean, that's not defense. That's permanent blindness. That's like, yeah, you raise your voice at my kid, I want to blind you. That's some freaking serious stuff. And it scares me. So, yeah, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where someone, like I said, maybe this is me just being paranoid. Someone, like I'm walking one of the cats, the kid has the same kind of thing, kid trips, and then I raise my voice at the kid, and all of a sudden I get beaten up by several different people. How dare you raise your voice to my kid? So
ใช่ ใช่คนที่
อันนี้นะครับตัวนี้
see this. So all these people, right, are not. I don't see anyone trying to push these people off of this woman.
เพราะตอนนั้นจมูกเขาเลือดไหลแล้ว
ก็คือถูกชก
ใช่
ด้วย
ค่ะ
อ๋อ
เขาโอเคตอนที่
Okay, so you guys can look at that clip later on and see how it is. But yeah, walk them in a pet stroller. So she actually had a pet stroller too. Let's see. There's actually pictures of them being in a pet stroller. I can't find it. Yeah, see, they have a stroller over here. See? I actually do have a stroller. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff. It's like I'm just happy that the pets are, the other pets are okay. Because, yeah, dog getting... Can you imagine, like, if the dog, the dog got his tail pulled, can you imagine what the clusterfuck would have been if the dog actually bit one of the attackers? They would have, the family would have demanded that the dog get put down 100%, right? Because if the detective, right, is taking the side of the attackers and saying, yeah, it's because, it's your fault, you attacked the kid first. If any of the attackers had a dog bite on them, then I'm pretty sure the detective would say, yeah, your dog is vicious, your dog is out of control, so we demand, the family of the attacker is demanding that your dog gets put down. That would have been even worse. So thank goodness the dog didn't bite anybody, the dog didn't get killed, the bird didn't get run by a car because allegedly it was on the street. And you can see it's a small little conure too, right? It's a tiny little sun conure. But let me pull this up over here. Yeah, so when you look at this, let's try this up. See? You have to stop with "they hurt my kid." You simply cannot compare a cat to a human child. Cat is simply a pet. You cannot compare their life to a child's life and justify a defense. So, yeah, if you are in New York and let's say someone attacks your pet, your cat, your dog, and then you put your hands on the attacker, then yeah, you're going to be considered at the wrong, because it'll be like, your pet is disposable, right? So yeah, it's some pretty terrible things over here. See this? So yeah, see this? One of the older teenage boys in the group came forward and punched the parrot on Bao Bao's boyfriend's shoulder. That's the scary thing. Like, parrots are very, very delicate. I know the size of a freaking sun conure. They're tiny. If you punch a parrot, it can easily break bones. I don't know if there was contact. I'm sure the bird flew away. Thankfully it didn't get hit by a car, because you can kill a parrot just punching it. Very, very, very easily. So this, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? From what I'm reading, if this is true or not, this really sounds like it's going to become a bunch of freaking serial killers. Because, yeah, I mean, like, what kind of person punches a parrot, right? What kind of person gouges for eyes? And what kind of person is so intolerant of their kid being attacked, their kid being yelled at for what they did, that they just physically try to attack someone. But this is beautiful, beautiful New York. This is beautiful New York. Very safe. Brooklyn, A+ place to live in. So if you want to have things like this, all this shenanigans, like, please come to Brooklyn. It's a great place to live. It's a place where yeah, there's just, actually, I'm not even gonna be sarcastic. Just don't come to New York. Okay? Don't come to Brooklyn. Don't come to New York. And you guys start seeing a trend in a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. It's like, where's all this shit happening? Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Oh gosh. So yeah. I don't think I'll ever walk the cats out on a leash. Not just because, like I said, not just because the Oreo cat will squirm out with his tubby body, but I don't want to risk any altercation or any of this whole thing where, yeah, I'm not, it's not just me, but it's also freaking Oreo cat being placed in danger, and it hits a little too close to home. Yeah, yeah. But sad about what happened. This is a really bad death for any cat. For the cat to get declawed like that, that tells me that there was a lot of force, right? Declawed from the force of the cat launching and dragging the cat on the ground. See that? So that is a lot of force for sure. It's like the cat was really scared, but Inside Edition doesn't talk about this stuff. It just makes it sound like a little accident happened with this kid, and unfortunately it escalated. So you got to do your research, okay? I'm gonna like wrap this up, but you got to do your research when you hear about these cases. Don't just listen to what the media tells you. Dig deeper. And in the event, something happens and I find out that Miss Bao Bao was lying or something, I would definitely share that, but I'm not finding any information lining up with that. And based on what I see with this woman, the boy's mom, does that look like the face of remorse? It doesn't look like the face of remorse at all. It's just cockiness, and I don't think she's gonna get charged. It doesn't look like she has been charged. And even if you get hit with assault, I think it sounds like it's going to be a slap in the wrist. They're going to say, oh, I was under mental duress, or because, she raised her voice at my kid, and it's just saying that kind of stuff. It's sickening, but yeah, in the event that this, the NYPD thing is true, freaking terrible. Yeah, some people might think I'm pro cop all the time. I'm not always pro cop. I just call it how it is. I would say that, yeah, there really should be an investigation to see if that actually is true or not. And I hope that there is heat put on NYPD in the event to verify, like, is this actually true? Is this, are you really saying that the cat owner was walking her cat and decided to attack the boy for whatever reason? All right. Why? Well, there's no common sense in that. If you're walking three animals, especially a parrot on one shoulder, you're not going to pick a fight with a little boy or attack a little boy randomly. So yeah, there seems to be like a free pass for the little boy because kids will be kids, and that's very disturbing to me. Right? It's like, oh yeah, kid tripped over, kid kicked your cat, let it go because it's a kid.
Hey, this is Lewis.
Yeah. So yeah. Again, I'm gonna be following this. I don't think that there's gonna be too much new evidence coming in, but terrible stuff. And I wish that I could find one place that had all of this information, but I couldn't. So that's why I'm doing this stream over here. I also wanted to show this because I won't be surprised if some of this information just disappears. For instance, right? This kind of thing from Brittany Morales. We don't know if this is a true thing or not, right? But I imagine, if she actually is related, she might detract her statement. You can tell based on what you saw over here, right? This is an Instagram story. It's only temporary. If Julie Rodriguez wants to just like spin it and it's like, oh no, I'm not that kind of person. It's like you might think like it disappears from the internet forever, but really it doesn't. People can screenshot, people can do that kind of stuff, and you just have basically an internet artifact on you, and this kind of stuff just doesn't go away. I hope this Instagram account doesn't remove all this information. I do understand that it does appear to have sensitive information on here. home addresses. But again, this is not stuff that people were digging into. She posted that up, allegedly, right? Allegedly on her Instagram, and I think it's fair game for that. So, yeah, I don't really consider that doxing if someone's like, yeah, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. Yeah. So some people like mention about this kind of stuff, and let me read chat really quickly because I'm actually terrible at reading chat and talking at the same time. Some people are really good, so you got to give me a minute. Okay, let me see. Yeah, see? So, yeah, someone said, oh, anonymous individual, my bad. The cat might have jumped in the air, but I doubt it had flung into the air in accident. I mean, like, I can imagine, right? If you trip over something, right? And if you guys have any leashes, you could try it yourself. Um, Strap something to, like, a 5 pound weight or a 10 pound. Even if you run, it's not going to be flying in the air, kind of thing. Even if you did do that, right? What Bao Bao had stated was the kid didn't stop. It's like the kid was dragging the cat afterwards. So why would you do that? I don't know.
For them to say, yeah, this can go to ballot, or no, this can't go to ballot. So, for instance, someone says, you're allowed to kill your wife if she insults you. Let's put this on the ballot. Like, well, what prevent? And that's an extreme example, obviously, but if it doesn't go to the legislature, then how do you? What are the checks to make sure that, let's say you win, that it doesn't get overturned? Because in Massachusetts, you have to apply. You're not getting the votes of the politicians, but you show them your ballot question, and they say, yeah, this is something that if everybody votes for, it can become law. So if that step doesn't exist in Missouri, how do you avoid a rug pull after you were if you were?
Okay, so Normal says I'm gonna walk the cat. They're gonna walk the cats in a pet stroller. That is a safe thing to do. Um, but the thing is like it's not just about a cat. It's about a dog. There's so many people who walk their dogs out, and then they might have these like freaking itty bitty leashes. And I would suggest you guys, like, if you guys have a leash, make sure you have a big, thick leash. Because you don't want this kind of situation to happen, and then someone's like, oh well, my kid tripped because they couldn't see the leash, right? Because that could be a defense. Oriole's leash, it's like this big nylon leash. It's like about half an inch thick. It's blue, so there's no mistaking that one. But see, people will try to poke holes and say, well, yeah, the leash was invisible. But common sense says, right, if someone has their animal walking in front of them, it's not smart to run between the animal and the person, right? Even if there's like 3 feet away, like do most people like run into a person that has their animal between them, right? It's not just walking; it's running. So imagine this, okay? You're walking. There's the owner, and then there's their dog, maybe 5 feet in front of them, right? Or maybe I don't even think it was 5 feet. It was probably shorter than that, but I could be wrong. What kind of person would run between the animal, the dog, and the owner? Not very many people. You would run around them, you would run in front or behind, but you would not run between the two distance. Especially if this is a park. There's a lot of places that a kid could run. So I don't stick with the whole, kids being kids thing. It's like you're telling me the park was so freaking small that the only way the kid could have ran was in between the dog, the cat, and the owner. Yeah. So I hope that all the people are charged who assaulted her. But I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. I think only one person got arrested because it was probably the most heinous thing. But the person who was arrested wasn't the mom, right? So Evelyn Serrano, I don't know who this is. This is not. Oh frick! This is not the same person as this person, right? This is not Julie. So what did Evelyn do that Julie didn't know? I don't know. Maybe it's the eye gouging woman. Who knows, right? But see that? So don't, yeah, if you get into a fight with someone, like, don't look at those freaking nails. Just see those nails as, like, little weapons, too. Lives in Brooklyn, from Brooklyn. Oh. Yeah. See?
The corporate lobbyists, and they chose the corporate lobbyists. But I could always say, so I could always kind of jimmy the public perception of it.
See, the family did not, or they physically verbal assault. I got punched and kicked by 3 women. Yeah. The problem with this is like the boy's mom or the boy's family they saw it as a threat, you know? They said like, yeah, they didn't think about the whole thing. So that's the difference between the cat owners, right? The woman and her boyfriend versus the boy's family. They're trying to say this is what happened. Like, you don't have to escalate it like this. You know, your kid hurt my cat, but then instead of thinking logically, like, this is why the situation is the way it is, they just lash out at the woman. You know, they lash out at the cat owner, and then they try to beat the crap out of her because, in my opinion, they're already itching to hurt someone. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. But rational people, in my opinion, would not escalate and just like do all that stuff to the animals, you know, the dog, the bird, and then just say like, yeah, let's scrap, let's scrap. No, but here's the thing. She said that the kid ran through the leash, right? But then he didn't stop. He dragged the cat or something like that. So yeah, you guys can watch the clip from earlier. But like, look at this.
ตอนที่ลุงกำลังมีปากเสียงกันนะ
Oh yeah, you guys already missed it. Oh, hey, look at that. Look at that, punch, punch, punch. Oh, and then there's that clip. Okay, yeah, you guys can look at that later on. All the links are in the video. All the links are in the description below, and then you guys can check it out that way. But we will see. We will see what happens. Is there something that we're not privy to? Is it racism? Is it, you know, is it just they're doing thorough detective work? I don't know, but I think people are really going to be looking to see what happens. I know that if you look at certain other things on the internet, they've included information about people who are assigned to the case and their emails. So I'm sure that some people are like flooding them with that kind of information, like, hey, this is all the emails. But yeah, and they all coincidentally happen to have Hispanic last name, so that's why people are jumping on the race thing. But we will see. Yeah, so only one person was hit with an assault charge, it seems, and it wasn't this woman. It wasn't the boy's mom. It was someone else in that little thing over here. One of these people is Evelyn. I don't know who, but that is a lot of people attacking one female. Okay, I mean, like, look at the weight advantages over here. Like, seriously, if she got hit in the head a couple times, she could have died. Right? Like, couple kicks to the head that could have done some brain injury or something. But yeah, thankfully that didn't happen. Thankfully, that did not happen. Okay, you guys, I shall talk to you guys later. That's all I want to share. If I have any other information about this case, I will let you guys know, but oh, crap. I'm so sorry, you guys. I freaking didn't show this. Yeah, so over here. One of these people over here. Yeah, see that? You got kicks. If you slow this down, link is in the description. You got kicks, you got punches. This woman is very lucky she did not end up with some kind of traumatic brain injury or something, because that's a lot of hits. She's also lucky she still has her eyeballs. And, you know, if they had gouged her eyeballs, they would have not found fault with themselves. They would have said, oh, it's because she yelled at our little boy. Oh, how could you do that? How could you yell at him? He's just an angel. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. See